say. Still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago.
Wow, this is my first time playing in the snow.
Under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. Tonight we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
I don't like this.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Saints, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's eager. He wants to try what it's like.
I saw plenty of plays as we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
That's bullshit.
It's complete. And they work this well upfield.
I don't fucking know. I think I just seen it downstairs too the other day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4. The Bears at 10-2 on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
From the gun on third down, Fields got a man.
Come on.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
Not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rep.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack on first down, Fields. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone.
Oh, this thing is over here learning how to feel it, huh?
As that sets him up for third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week.
Aim for that freaky shit.
Physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So the opening drive does yield.
You ain't clench your butthole.
They want it, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Carr now on first down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Oh, shit. I'm getting fucked up.
And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do your offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Carr now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down at 5. Up the middle. A little juke. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these 2 teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot.
Oh, you didn't get that?
This throw caught left side. And they'll get all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, Fields.
I'm playing like ass. Can't get no fucking read.
And it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Fields. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Now he's hit.
Oh my God. That was crazy.
And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Now after the INT, it's Carr. That is incomplete. The partner of this offense, 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night, 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85.
Come on, Derek Carr. Like, your throwing is that horrible, bro?
Are going to have it here just past the 25.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there, and it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Carr going to throw. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he is in
Got him, coach.
Zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson, 78 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT.
I missed the fucking...
No,
what
just
a
his
double.
second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get...
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutt's good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutt's to kick it off. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an
offensive player,
you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Well, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over here up near
Mike like that.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
From midfield, here's Carr. He's going to air one out.
Ah, God, this dude's picking off everything.
It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's all the way across the 50 before he's finally pushed out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 2nd and 10. Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Perry. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now Carr again.
Oh my God, you overthrew that bitch.
Couldn't connect.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Here's Carr to throw. They'll roll, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock.
All right, nigga, I'm looking at one dude in panic.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Yo, look at the bullshit.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
That's insane, buddy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh my God, he dropped that. That's a touchdown. He came down with the ball and dropped it.
And that will extend their lead even further.
He had the ball.
Able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble.
I got a 99 everything.
That into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the
You're
other
right.
side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
I'm sorry.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3.
Kev, you was laughing at the bullshit you was getting. Don't come with it. You was laughing at the bullshit you was getting. You lofted the ball up in the air on the sideline. My dude sitting there, and you dude came down with it over my guy. I'm like, you was like, oh fuck, that's a pick, and you got left. No, I just because, again, I'm cheering my guy on. I want them to get shit done, obviously, but you're trying to exaggerate it, saying that it has to.
Absolutely, they reached the end zone several times. The passing game
working
really well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On 2nd and 7, Carr flushed out right. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down.
All I do is what?
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And some room to roam now. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw his Carr. And he comes back with one complete. He's going to have the first down and then so. Touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. Carr will look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped.
Like I said, GG with fucking 3 minutes left in the 3rd.
At the 25.
I don't know what I did.
Line prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Oh my God, he fell forward with that animation, bro. That's crazy.
As they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off-play action, Fields.
Wow, that's some crazy pick I just had.
Interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
Oh my God. I just got a pick and fumble.
Take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Fields. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Communication is key.
Fields on 1st down. This is caught.
Oh, you got killed, brother?
A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Saints. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo. Didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. On 1st down, Fields. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20.
Yeah,
despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
3rd and long. It's Fields. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To the air again, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Throwing again is Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Santos with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Carr going to throw here. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks